Hey everybody, good morning. Out for my morning stroll. I don't know where Stitch is. Couldn't find him this morning. Anyway, got some footage of him though. And today is National Work Like a Dog Day. Yeah, something I probably do not do. Yeah, I've got a good one for you today. Stay tuned. Crafting Journey here, that journey chick over on Instagram. Welcome to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily, the show where I bring you live trial updates and vlog about my life. Welcome. Look at this butterfly. Oh my God, it is massive. So, it's Friday. You know what that means. Everybody get out of your chairs. Ready? Friday dance. Woohoo. Friday dance. Friday dance. Okay, that's it. That's all you get. Oh, wait a minute. The like button didn't get up and dance. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content. It's completely free to subscribe. It's also free to unsubscribe, apparently. How am I seeing out of these glasses? Good Lord. Anyway, let's clean the glasses, shall we? While we chit-chat. So, today is Friday. I get to go pick up my daughter from the airport. My granddaughter. She's like a daughter to me. She is. And I think it's because my son doesn't want to run into his ex-wife. Yeah. His wife actually flies her back and forth. Which is really nice of her. She doesn't want her to fly alone. That's very sweet. Even though she's going to be 15 next week. Maybe she is flying alone. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to pick her up from the airport, which means I'm going to have to leave work a little early. That's going to piss off my boss. Oh, well. But you know, what she doesn't know won't kill her. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. HR watches this. Never mind. I'll cut that out. I want a job where you sit around and watch YouTube videos for employees. That's interesting. Well, I hope they enjoy the show. Today I'm using tweezers. I also have my pen from Enabler's Outpost. I love this pen. You want to see it up close? Yeah. It's got wood in the middle and flowers and stuff on the either end. I fell asleep last night, 6 o'clock. I laid in bed to sit down and watch Big Brother, and didn't see I don't remember a thing. Woke up this morning. I got up at one point because Stitch woke me up because I didn't feed him yet, and this morning I have not seen hide nor hair of him. I don't know where he is. He didn't go for the walk. I'm a little worried. This morning, while I was walking the dog, I saw a yard sale. So I'm going to stop at the yard sale on the way to work and see what I can find. This will be my first one. I'm so excited. Yeah, because I'm going to be doing reselling here. Try to make a go of that. Although it's kind of tough. I listed some stuff on Poshmark, but I need to refine what I list. But it's okay. I bought a steam iron to get the wrinkles out of some stuff, and yeah, it'll be fine. I'm going to be fine. I do have a meeting Tuesday with, it was supposed to be yesterday, Tuesday with the Ascension recruiter to see if they can put me somewhere else in the Ascension system. And I'm going to tell her that I'm willing to relocate if they have something outside of Kansas, that pays a little bit more, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to work for this company. I don't know. I need to work though, or I can retire on Social Security. I need to explore that. I know that I can retire. If I fill out the application now, I can start receiving a check, in December on my birthday. I'll be 62. Oh God, I said that out loud. Oh no. I just got to see if it's something, if I can make a go of the reselling and I get my Social Security, I might be okay. depending on how much the medical insurance costs. I know. There's always something. Anyway, we'll see. I'm trying to be positive about this whole thing. Really positive. Without, I don't want to get up and move. I mean, I will if I have to. I'm used to it. I'm, just put all the yarn in the truck and let's go. But, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about what happened in the crimes yesterday, the crafting and crime world. A lot has happened. So first, let's talk about the Alex Jones case. It was in the hands of the jury to decide actual damages. Now, actual damages are the amount of damages that these parents have suffered in the past and in the future for the defamation and the intentional infliction of emotional distress. And there were 7 different counts, some as to the father, some as to the mother. So the jury came back with $4+ million total. If you add up all the 7 counts, it was $4 million plus, I'm going to say change. Change to me is like less than $1. We're talking, I think it was like 4,100,000, 100,000 was the change. Now, Alex's defense team had asked that they come back with $8, $1 for each of the compensation charges. Did I say it was 7 charges? It was 8. So $8. Alex Jones had said that anything over $2 million would sink his company. Well, they came back with $4 million plus. Now, it's not over. Some of you said, well, I came close. Yeah, it's not over. It's not over. You can still go vote how much total damages, because the jury now will decide punitive damages. So when they come back this morning, they are going to hear evidence about punitive damages. The prosecution is going to put on 1 witness, and then I don't think the defense has any witnesses. So we're going to hear 1 witness this morning, and then this afternoon, the jury will go back to decide punitive damages. Now, I've heard experts say that they expect it'll be about 10 times the actual damages verdict, about 40 million. It doesn't matter. These parents are never going to see that money. Alex Jones doesn't have it. Or so he says. He doesn't have it. But getting that money is going to require some finagling. They have to do depositions in aid of execution of this judgment, whatever the judgment is. And what that means is Alex would have to come with all of his financial information to a deposition and show, everything that he has in all of his bank accounts. And I just don't foresee that happening. Plus, he's got 3 more trials to go through where he has had the exact same thing happen. Default judgments in favor of the plaintiffs for defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress, both in Connecticut and Texas. 3 more trials. I think it's true. He's going to sink his company, because we're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars. When you add up the other 3 that are going to happen, plus whatever happens in the punitive damage phase of this trial. But it will send a message to people out there. If you're going to say something, make sure that it's true. Don't put false information out there. Yeah. So now I realize that there are other people out there with different opinions, and I respect that. I really do. One of you said they shouldn't get anything. Okay, that's fine. This is America. We are all entitled to our opinion. I just don't understand this whole conspiracy movement, I guess we should say. I don't get it. But that's not to say that there are people out there that really believe it, and that's okay. That's okay. We can all craft together. We can knit and we can diamond paint together. That's fine. So the other thing that went on in Alex Jones' case, the defendant moved for a protective order. The defense counsel had actually produced to the prosecution a link to what he thought was just a document. The link actually let the prosecution have thousands of documents, including medical records of other people. So apparently this did not just happen. It happened a while back, a few months back, and the remedy would have been for the defense counsel to immediately notify the court and send the court a log of everything that was disclosed and what they felt was confidential and, what was protected. And that did not happen. And if it doesn't happen within a certain time frame, then it's all free reign. But the plaintiff had said, I have destroyed the medical records, but I am using these cell phone records. He had 2 years worth of cell phone records for Alex Jones. Now, guess who wants that information? The January 6th committee. Yep, they have already asked for it, and it has already been disclosed. So what the prosecution was saying during the hearing was, I've already turned over this information. And the judge says, turned over to who? And he's like, the January 6th committee. And she's like, oh, this has very wide-reaching implications, doesn't it? She can't do anything. This is a federal subpoena. So he turned over the records. She denied the protective order, but she ordered that the prosecution immediately destroy all of the medical records, which he said he had already done. This is crazy. This whole trial is just crazy. But those cell phone records contain text messages between Alex Jones and someone very key in the January 6th incident. Now, the Nicholas Cruz Parkland shooting case. Yesterday, the jury went to the site. This is very rare for any jury to go to view a site, but this site has been preserved. They have not touched a thing in this building since the day it happened. And to hear the jury took about an hour and a half, went through all 3 floors of this building, but then the media was allowed to go in afterwards, and the accounts of what they saw is chilling. Dried blood. This was Valentine's Day. There were cards and, dried flower petals next to the blood, and just chilling, laptop computers that were open, where there was full of dust from the ceiling tiles that had collapsed during the shooting, books that were open to where people were reading, papers that the teachers were grading. It was very, very chilling. I think everyone that saw it was very moved. I mean, to tears. The reporters that I saw were actually holding back tears. One reporter said that she thought it was very valuable for this jury to have seen that. It put everything into context. And if there was anybody out there doubting about the death penalty, they probably don't have any doubts now. I don't know. We shall see. Because here's what happened. They get back from seeing the building, the 1200 building at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. I don't know if they'll tear that building down now. I don't know why they've left it there just as is. I don't know what the plans are future for that building now that the jury has seen it. But in any case, they returned to the courtroom after lunch, and there was more testimony from family members, victim impact statements that were just heart-wrenching. The one family of Peter Wang, who was deceased in this incident, they're they celebrate the Chinese New Year, which was the day after Valentine's Day in this case. And she says, we no longer celebrate that holiday. We celebrate the anniversary of her son's death instead. And she couldn't even read the statement. She had her niece read the statement because she was just in tears. So, the prosecution in this case has rested. There is no more witnesses, no more victim impact statements. The judge has sent the jury home, has asked them to return on August 22nd, at which point the defense will begin their case. They have not, as of now, disclosed their witness list or who they intend to call, if anybody, but they're coming back on August 22nd. Now, I have another trial to update you on. Yes, do you recall the Rebecca Rudd trial that I covered? I will put down in the descriptions the episodes that trial took place if you want to go back and listen to the recap of that trial. But here's basically what happened. Rebecca Rudd gave birth to a child that she gave up for adoption to a friend that she had known her whole life. So this friend raises the daughter. The daughter becomes a teenager. You know how teenage girls can be. I certainly do. Their heads will spin around. Well, this girl had some clear emotional difficulties. She had attempted suicide. She had threatened to attempt suicide, and was becoming very, very difficult for this mother to handle. So the mother takes the daughter and gives her back to the biological mother. Says, here, take her back. So Rebecca Rudd takes her daughter back. She has an 83-acre property in the middle of nowhere in Missouri. It takes 30 minutes for anybody to get to this property. Like if you called 911 from this property, it would take 30 minutes to get to the living area of this property. So the living area is quite interesting. Rebecca Rudd lived with her boyfriend in a house on the property, but she also had a camper, which she sent the daughter to live in this camper, which had no air conditioning, no electricity, So the daughter lived in this camper. So there comes a day where Rebecca and her boyfriend, they're burning trash, and the fire gets out of control. So they call the fire department. So they come out, they put the fire out. So while this whole commotion is going on with the fire, she tells her daughter to go to her camper, go inside until this is, all over. So she sends her daughter. So she and her boyfriend, after it's all over, they go into the house. She falls asleep. The mom falls asleep. When she wakes up in the middle of the night, she goes to check on her daughter. Now, this is her testimony, Rebecca Rudd's testimony. She goes to check on her daughter. Her daughter is deceased, dead. Now, she claims that there was a bottle of painkillers that she found that was missing, that she thought her daughter probably took. And so she took her daughter's body up to the burn pit and burned the body. Comes back the next day, tells her boyfriend, I can't find the daughter. Can't find her. So they call the authorities. So now they're searching everywhere for the daughter. And someone happens to search the burn pit or happens to see something in the burn pit that strikes their interest. They bring out cadaver dogs and they find the burned body of the deceased daughter. So they charge this woman with murder. Now, I hope this is starting to sound familiar to you. Now, they claim that she actually took her daughter and burned her on the burn pit, which would be horrendous if that's true. This was not a jury trial. This was a trial in front of the judge to decide. So the judge said at the close of all the evidence that he would give a ruling by July 15th. Now, this is August. On July 29th, he comes back with his verdict. He said he had spent over 50 hours reviewing all of the evidence in the case, and that it should not take 50 hours to convince him beyond a reasonable doubt that she had committed this murder. And at the end of the 50 hours, he gave his ruling that she was not guilty, that the state had not met their burden to prove that she had killed her daughter beyond a reasonable doubt. I would love to know what you guys think of that. Please put your comments down below. I would love to hear what you have to say about that. And again, if I can figure out which episodes those are, I'll put those down in the description. So, yeah. I was a little shocked when I saw that. Like, whoa, not guilty. Okay. But I think if I go back and listen to what I probably said during that trial, I probably did mention that I felt the evidence was very weak against her. There was no direct evidence, obviously, but even the circumstantial evidence was, we know the daughter died in the burn pit, or we know that the daughter was burned in the burn pit, but we don't know when she died, or if she died in the burn pit, or if the mother was telling the truth, that she died and she panicked and put her in the burn pit. Now, who does that? I don't know. Interesting case. What happened this day in history? Yeah. In 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home. She was face down. She had a telephone in one hand, and an empty bottle of pills was sitting there, and there were pills strewn around the floor. It was concluded that after an investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department, that this was indeed a suicide by overdose. Very sad. She was being treated for depression, and she was thought to be very, very fragile at this point. She was under the constant care of a psychiatrist for over a year. She was living virtually as a recluse for this last year of her life in her home. Her housekeeper that night noticed that her bedroom light was still on. She checked the bedroom door. It was unlocked. She goes in and she finds Marilyn, and she calls 911. The autopsy found a fatal amount of sedatives in her system. And of course, there are conspiracy theories surrounding her death, including that she was possibly having an affair with Robert Kennedy. I'm not going to go into all of that. But yeah, this was the day in history where Marilyn Monroe was found dead. So if you are participating in The Great Escape, don't forget tonight to tune in to Mickey Sunshine Creates. I'll be there live with her at 6:30 p.m. Central, where we're going to talk about the event so far. We're going to do our first giveaway, and it's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I'm having fun with this event. I'm having fun doing little quizzes, and it's just fun. And I'm actually glad that this event is happening at this point in my life because, I need distractions. I need to be doing other things. And I just realized I've got so much going on this afternoon. I don't know if how am I going to fit it all in? Good Lord. Okay. All right, guys. It's been fun this morning. I hope to see you tonight. And if I don't see you tonight, I will be live at 11 Central on Sunday. So tune in. My guest on Sunday should be, barring unforeseen circumstances, diamond painting drills. The owner, Alyssa's going to be there. She's going to show off her diamond painting drills, and we're going to see the specials that she has created for the event. And it's going to be fun. Yes. I got to find another adjective, right? Okay. I love you.